Is this the sign Australia faces a bleak future? Or is there a silver lining? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your stein of coffee, and I thought we'd have a relaxing Sunday afternoon by looking at an article from news.com.au. One that I think in many ways we can all relate to. One that is highlighting something that frankly is a little bit concerning, particularly about the younger generation, but also maybe a lesson or a takeaway that we can get from this and can paint a brighter future for Australia. So let me have a sip of my coffee and bring this article up. Want to cry. Aussies hit by brutal tax debt. Oh, hey, remember everyone, it won't be easy under Albanese. Hey, you know, that wasn't just the jingle. That was a prediction. Will a generation learn? So, multiple Aussies hoping to receive a healthy tax return this year have been left severely disappointed after finding out they've been hit with a bill instead. Now, I've made the argument many times before in previous videos that what we need to do is we need to completely abolish pay-as-you-go, and all the money for your super, your tax, everything, the employer just passes direct on to the employee. And then it is the individual's responsibility, every paycheck, to deposit that portion into their superannuation fund and to ship another amount of money off to the ATO every paycheck. So if you get paid every week, you've got to do that every week. Every month, you've got to do it every month. What do you reckon, everyone? Do you like my idea? Of course, it's never going to happen. Of course, it'll be a nightmare for a lot of people. I mean, frankly, if you don't have the intellectual capacity to manage that task, should you actually be able to vote and have a say in the future of our nation? That's another, beside the point here. The situation we've got now is people don't realize how much tax they're paying. They don't see it. They haven't felt the pain of having to make a payment to the ATO. Every business person knows it. They understand how frustrating it is. One issue with the reason why, in all seriousness, I want people to get their super paid to them and they have to take responsibility for it, is then you know if your company is gypping you, if they're not paying you, if they're saying on the pay slip that they're paying you and then it's not going in, you don't find out until they go bust. There's another, it happened recently, it happens all the time. So, rushing to do your taxes and expecting to receive a nice cash boost only to be told you actually owe the ATO money is an unpleasant revelation, and one an increasing number of Australians, particularly young people, seem to be dealing with. Now, the reason this is happening is a lot of these young people are getting second jobs, and they're ticking the tax-free threshold on both of them. So they don't understand what they're doing. And, well, reality hits them hard. Mate, you think this will change the way people vote? More taxes? It's only been a matter of days since people have been able to lodge their returns for this financial year, and already many have taken to social media to share their shock at receiving debt instead of a refund. Oh, welcome to adulthood. Welcome to adulthood. One young person who goes by something random on TikTok revealed she'd been hit with a whopping $7,118 bill after completing her tax return. She revealed she has 2 jobs and works 7 days a week. And this is what I get, she wrote in the caption of the video. There you go. There you go. You're starting to realize you're not the one to get anything from the government. They're going to just take from you. They're going to take from you. Maybe there's a reason why we want less programs, less handouts. All the free stuff that you get, everything that you get that is free, it's not free. You're paid for it. And particularly younger people, you're going to incur more debt to pay for the free things that previous generations received. Isn't that awesome? So, let's have a look. In the comment section, the young worker revealed where she thinks she went wrong, believing she accidentally claimed the tax-free threshold twice. Most Australian residents can claim the tax-free threshold on the first $18,200 of income they earn during the financial year. If you have more than one payer at the same time, you can only claim the tax-free threshold for one payer. She said she was going to see an accountant about her debt and confirmed where she went wrong. But she was still not thrilled at the prospect of owing money, writing, "I want to cry so bad." Yes, I think we can all relate to wanting to cry so bad when you have to pay a big chunk of money somewhere that you didn't expect. That's it's only money, it comes and goes, but there you go. We've got to fund all these government programs and handouts somehow. The young worker isn't alone in her tax struggles, with people flocking to the comment section to share their own debts. One person claimed she also worked 2 jobs, but was careful to only claim the tax-free threshold once, but was still getting a bill. Yeah, I think I met one gentleman back in Ubering days. He used to do it, and he didn't declare any of the income. So he was years later still paying it off. Another person said they were still paying off a previous tax debt of $3,700, but were expecting to owe a further $2,000 to $3,000 this year. They said this was due to having more than one job, studying, etc., messing things around for the last few years. Can we all cry about our debt, they wrote. I mean, what's concerning is that people are not realizing the reality of the tax-free threshold, but I mean, these are a lot of young people. You work your ass off 7 days a week, and they take a big chunk of it. This is why I may say it in jest to get rid of pay-as-you-go, but in reality, I think it would be a fantastic thing to allow people to face the harsh reality of what they're paying. So the next time they're out there protesting or demanding some handout or some free thing from the government or applauding a politician for pork barreling some stupid thing, they'll realize that it's coming out of their wallet. One person said, "It happened to me last year. I didn't know about the 2-job thing." How can you not know about that? Well, I blame our education system, and I wouldn't be surprised. It was so painful to pay back. I felt scammed by the government because where are you supposed to read these rules? This is going to show my age here. You can pick up your phone and ring them up at the ATO and talk to them in person. I know you got to... Apparently this is a whole thing with young people now. They got this anxiety over phone conversations where they just want to do text messages for some bloody reason. Nothing I hate more than in business is receiving texts. I just hate it. I want it in writing. If you're going to send me something in writing, send it to me as an email, not a bloody text. I never check them. I always miss them. Anyway, ring up the ATO and talk to them, or go to the website. There you go, $4,000. Another creator who goes by Weight Loss Westbrook Online said she owed an estimated $4,326. My toxic trait is thinking I was going to get money back and being able to go on a holiday. I mean, this is people growing up, okay, and realizing the government, even when it's Labour, I wonder how many of these young people voted lefty. I guaranteed a lot of them would have. Oh, yeah, of course, if they don't understand how the tax system works and money works, they voted left. We know that. And it comes amid a warning from Australian tax lawyer Harry Dell, who claimed anyone who received an unexpected tax bill last year may be at a higher risk of receiving one again this year. Most people who received surprise tax bills last year will probably get them again unless they've found the cause and fixed it. There are multiple reasons someone may receive a tax bill. One reason may be your employer not withholding your HEX help repayments, which means that at tax time you'll be left with a big chunk of money you need to pay towards the debt. The Medicare levy surcharge threshold, which is $90,000 for individuals and $180,000 for couples, is another area where people tend to trip up. Yeah, okay, because $190,000, that's below average, guys. Mr. Dell said people can get stuck with bills because they are just over the threshold, don't include their partner's income when lodging their returns, or have the wrong private health cover. He said that not budgeting for capital gains tax is another area people need to look out for. This could be crypto, shares, or anything, as amounts aren't withheld from tax like your salary and wages, he said. I wonder how many people got burnt with the crypto. I mean, that reminds me, I've sold some shares. I've got to do my capital gains calculations for the year. Oh, ain't that fun? I'm gonna build a nice Access database to make it really easy. That'll be the fun out of getting to pay the government money. Isn't it awesome? You got to see the bright side. For people who lodged their returns this year to find they owe money to the ATO, Mr. Dell said their priority needs to be finding out why they've been hit with a bill. Pay-as-you-go withholding system is designed so you overpay a little and get a refund at the end of the year without any deductions, he said. If you can't see why enough wasn't withheld, get a professional to explain your tax return and what caused the surprise bill. He also urged people to claim all the deductions they are entitled to ensure they are including the correct information on their returns. So there we go. So let's have a bit of a chat about this one, eh, guys? The concerning thing in this article is that you have people that do not actually understand how the tax-free threshold works, how you can claim it on one job to another. Now, being young, you can kind of forgive people for that, and having an appreciation of just topics that aren't covered with such thoroughness in our education system. No one wants to hear about accounting and finance or taxes at school. It's so boring. But the silver lining to all of this, and the fact that it's trending on social media, is that you've got a young generation now that's being exposed to being the government's little tax bitch and what it really is like, what's really happening, how we're forking it all out. So maybe that you've got to realize. I honestly think we need to legislate that whenever the government says a program is free, it shouldn't be. It should be said taxpayer funded. The government should never be allowed to use free. It should always be taxpayer funded. And we need to make sure that it's quite clear. Like cigarettes, get rid of the health warning pictures. They don't do anything. Just put "you're a tax bitch" and on the cover, and I don't know, have ScoMo or Albanese or whatever. Get the One Nation cartoons on there, hoovering up your money. 40% or whatever goes towards that. Same thing for petrol. Let people know how much they're actually paying. Then maybe that'll affect their decisions. Maybe we could get a generation slightly steering towards less expectations slightly steering towards an understanding that there's no such thing as a free ride. Because a lot of them are going to be stung with a lot of debt moving forward. Anyway, what do you think, guys? Have you got your tax return in? Let us know how happy you were with your return. I'm sure there are going to be people there with property portfolios, negative gearing the shit out of them and just decimating their tax bill. There'll be someone who will have millions of dollars of assets getting money back. Or then there's the pensioner that'll be getting all those juicy credits from their shares. I mean, you've got to learn. You've got to learn how to play the game. Because just working hard and doing multiple jobs, you're just not rewarded. It's almost like it's by design, isn't it? Take care, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.